We continue our rolling live coverage right here on SABC News of the student protests on university campuses across the country. Our reporter Nozintombi Mia has a handle on the student protests at Wits University. We're live to her now at the Braamfontein campus. Nozintombi, an impassioned plea by students and workers this afternoon. Are they at all placated by the Vice Chancellor's responses? What's the sense you get on the ground?
Well, a very good afternoon to you again, Kirshni. The students that gathered here earlier to speak with the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adam Habib, do not seem placated at all. And they are waiting for the Vice Chancellor to have a General Assembly discussion with the various stakeholders before he comes back and he gives them a briefing. So what we can see in the background is that the students are waiting for that feedback from Professor Adam Habib. With me now, I have one of the student representatives that have said that they're unhappy with the SRC and they want to represent themselves. Her name is Patience Ndlovu. Patience, tell me, what exactly are the key demands that you guys are looking for as the students that feel that the SRC is not representing you?
When we went to the union buildings, we had three clear demands. No to outsourcing, free education and 0% increment. When we got back, we only got 0%. And when we arrived here, it seems like all other issues were neglected. So what happened? Our own workers, our own parents that we used to gain public sympathy, they were neglected, they were never addressed. The very students who made the shutdown possible, that gained the international recognition, they were neglected because the issues on how to resolve the upfront payments were never clear.
All right. Why do you feel that you've lost confidence in the current SRC?
It's because they've circulated some statements that have caused division amongst students, as the Vice Chancellor says. And also, the reason why we are here today is because we got very angry. We asked the university, the Vice Chancellor, that he must not open the university before addressing our demands. And he went on to open the university today, deploying private security guards and also police who victimized our students. They were throwing stun grenades to the students, but he says all in the name of consent with SRC.
But Patricia, we do know that the university had an agreement with the SRC and various parties to say that university will be reopened today. Why did you guys go and re-embark on that process instead of following the normal channels that were available to you?
The SRC never got a mandate from the protesting students. And then the second most critical issue is that we as a student in this movement, we had agreed with the SRC and everyone who was on board when we started that thing, that there are no background or private negotiations or meetings going on. But on the early hours of Monday morning, members of the SRC were caught in a meeting where there was Jacob Zuma's daughter and other people that we did not know discussing some of our issues that we don't know. Of course, they denied that they were discussing, but the minutes were confiscated from that meeting, and it was clear that they were clearly planning to disband the Fismas fall.
But do you think it's right that this element of anger is coming out? We see that some of the university buildings have been set alight. Is it right for the movement to now turn violent?
I don't think it is necessarily right for the movement to.
So why are you vandalizing school property?
I don't think the people who are vandalizing school property are from this movement. They were seated down planning ideas forward about how to move on. I don't believe that they vandalized this university.
Okay, so if it's not from your movement and it's not from the SRC, who is it? Who would have possibly vandalized this university?
I cannot comment on that because I didn't see anyone vandalizing and I don't know who vandalized. But what I'm certain about is that we as a movement, we were seated in a productive meeting when all that happened.
All right. And finally, do you know when the Vice Chancellor will give you feedback?
We are still waiting for him, and I don't think we'll be going anywhere. He claims that he doesn't have the powers to shut down the university until Monday, so we'll wait for him here to give us answers.
All right, thank you so much. That is Patricia Ndlovu. She is speaking on behalf of the students who said they've lost confidence in the SRC and they feel that their demands were not adequately addressed. Patricia was one of the students that spoke to Vice Chancellor of Wits University earlier, sharing some of her concerns over the fact that they do not want to have to pay registration at the beginning of the year here also to get clarity on the issue of outsourcing of the workers here at Wits University.
Nozintombi Mia, reporter coming to us live from Wits University in Johannesburg. Moving on to other news now. Judge Colin Lamont has postponed sentencing in the case of Czech fugitive Radovan Krecher to November 17th. Well, Judge Lamont says this is the last time sentencing will be delayed following 2 previous postponements. 2 months ago, Krecher and 5 others were convicted of possession of drugs, attempted murder and the kidnapping of Becky Temba Lukhele. Earlier today, Krecher terminated the services of his legal counsel. He reportedly does not have money to foot his legal bill. Yesterday, a 45-year-old estate agent, Amanda Paputzis, was released on 3,000 rand bail. She tried to smuggle a cell phone to Krecher. Meanwhile, the NPA is expected to bring an application against accused number 2, that's Desai Lupondo, this for unduly benefiting from criminal activity in this matter. Outside the country, Tanzania's